Welcome to MUT Up or Shut Up. A few things happening this week. Unfortunately, we don't get any solo battle finishes. I had to spend my time otherwise this week. I had to finish the journey, which I did get done, which guarantees a full legend pack, which I on multiple occasions will refer to as a Legends Fantasy pack, and was actually under the impression for some occasions that it was a Legends Fantasy pack. Completely forgot what I read, but to be fair, full Legends pack, of course, much better. What else happens? Not really too much else apart from some packs here and there, some of them which are good, some of them which aren't so great. But what I also do is upgrade the team. I upgrade a bunch of guys to power-ups. Now, I did record a whole section talking about who I was going to upgrade and then upgrading them. Well, all that I'm going to show you is the summing up of who I upgraded, which will cover everybody. So obviously, basically, players I already had, I bought the power-ups for, powered up, stuck the cards in. If we needed extra cards, bought them as well. And that's pretty much what we did. Oh, and also, after using Michael Vick, who I got in a pack, I decided I didn't want him, and we've got a new quarterback on the team. You have to wait to find out who that is. Here we go, team fully upgraded. So we've got an 88 rated Carl Juszczyk. Could with 1,100 training take him up to a 90 overall, but we'll keep him down there for now. Brandon Cooks is done. Zach Ertz at an 88. Oh, we're still an 89 overall. I'm looking up at that, and I'll make sure we finish on a 90. We've also got upgrades all over the place here. We've got a Miles Jack at an 88. We may have to look at the specialists there because he may change that. We've got AJ Boye at 92. We've got Calais Campbell at a 91. Had to buy 2 cards for that, but I do think it's worth it. Of course, a very good player anyway, and 91 overall is really good. And, well, we can also get Lawrence Taylor up to a 90 overall. I think we can even get Miles Jack up as well. So there's a couple of guys we can still get up. I do want to be at that 90 overall for the team because of the list and the challenges and things like that. But, of course, it could also be the fact that we don't have a quarterback in right now. And let's fix that. And this is the direction I want to go in. Andrew Luck, of course, has a hero which gets him up to a 91 overall. And that hero also has a chemistry link with DeAndre Hopkins, which is part of the reason why I decided to go for him. Now, I liked the mobility of Vic. I did like that, but I didn't like his medium accuracy. It really put me off him. I didn't like throwing left-handed. That really put me off him. Andrew Luck, however, obviously better medium accuracy and throws right-handed. I did think about Donovan McNabb. You don't lose much of the mobility and you get better accuracy, but as much as he would be good, I couldn't resist. You know, it's Andrew Luck. There's a link between me and him, Beard Brothers for life, and there's a link between him and DeAndre Hopkins. And so I thought, as long as we've got DeAndre Hopkins, we might as well have Andrew Luck and make the most out of that link being there. So we'll power up Andrew Luck. We'll have to get his core elite. We'll have to get his hero, which of course may be just a little bit expensive, but still ends up being less money than what we sold Michael Vick for a player of a similar overall, less mobility, but a better passer. And at the end of the day, as much fun as it is to run around with a quarterback, the one game I played against a tough opponent in solo battles, I ran with Michael Vick and he fumbled twice because obviously I'm just trying to pick up yards and that can happen if you don't slide. Whereas if I don't do that at all, that's not going to happen. So Andrew Luck better for the team as well in that sense. We still have to look at right tackle as well. That's probably bringing down this overall massively. As a matter of fact, putting Andrew Luck in at the 68 overall brought it down to an 88. So we'll put him in. Hopefully that 90 will push it up to a 90. If not, we've got places to look anyway. But that's it for now. So what you're about to see in a minute is me predicting the fact that Andrew Luck will get an upgrade. I recorded this before the Blizzard theme came out, whatever you want to call it, where Andrew Luck gets a 93 rated upgrade, and it's pretty much exactly what I guess would happen. I'm not patting myself on the back there, just saying that's why I'm talking in this as if that doesn't exist, because I did it before. But what I also talk about is the MVP race, is part of the reason I talked about Andrew Luck. And I would like to edit my comments slightly there, as it was made 2 weeks ago. A few things have happened since. Andrew Luck's still very good, but had a slip up at Jacksonville. Drew Brees still very good, but had pretty much 2 slip ups in a row now. Patrick Mahomes still on fire. Right now, if I had to guess, probably MVP will go to Patrick Mahomes unless somebody does something incredible or Patrick Mahomes slips up. So I did talk about Andrew Luck potentially being a favorite, and I feel like at the time, and if they would have continued and gone unbeaten for that period and stayed as hot as they were, he would have won it over Patrick Mahomes because of who he's got around him. Basically, I'll take back thinking that he's a lock for it behind Drew Brees. Things have changed since then, but I still like Andrew Luck a lot. There's also another reason I decided to go for Andrew Luck. Not just because of the combination with DeAndre Hopkins, who I figure will be around for a long time, and DeAndre Hopkins, of course, has got a power up, so we could keep him around forever. The thing with Andrew Luck is, and the reason we went power up on him, of course, is I 100% believe at some point pretty soon he will be, you know, upgraded again. There is no way they keep him at a 90 overall. He's one of the few people that is staying in the MVP conversation right now alongside Drew Brees, whose team, until, you know, a little blip in Dallas, was tearing absolutely everybody apart, including some of the best teams in the NFL, and making themselves the best team in the NFL. And, of course, Patrick Mahomes setting every record you could for scoring and yards and whatever else, just launching the ball around like crazy. And Andrew Luck is in the middle of that conversation. If the Saints fall off a little bit now after this Dallas game, Andrew Luck wins MVP, even if Mahomes stays at the same, you know, level, is my opinion, because he's playing ridiculously well, and then you adjust for supporting cast, and he's absolutely playing the best at the quarterback position this season. But anyway, those are all opinions. Fact is, he will obviously be upgraded again, probably, most likely. I mean, even if it's a team of the week ad, if it's whatever, something will come out from him. Hopefully it will be an event-based thing where I can get it for free, like we've gotten. DeAndre Hopkins wasn't free, but was very cheap, like we got Calais Campbell, and we got Landon Collins, and of course, Darius Slay. They're giving you big players now, and I think one of those big players at some point will be Andrew Luck, considering the free they recently gave you was 93. Upgrading Andrew Luck from a 90 to a 94, 95 wouldn't be crazy, and giving him away for free, considering you gave away a 93 rated player and one of those could have been a quarterback, I think that's maybe something that's likely to happen. Therefore, I'm putting my eggs in Andrew Luck's basket. So I've got to get the journey done before the 14th of December to get that Legends Fantasy Pack for doing the Series 3 completionist thing. And we get a gold player pack here, which most likely, of course, won't have anything in it. But there's always a chance, a potential chance at something. When I mean when I buy gold player packs, to do the things, sometimes I get elite players. Nothing in this one. This journey is taking so long. The journeys themselves get so boring if you try and, you know, force them all out at one time. But that's, you know, how I decided to do it, so it's my own fault. But let's open up this gold premium pack. Maybe it rewards me for the last hour or so I've just spent on 5-6 challenges. Okay, it's not quite that bad, but it feels like it. Starting off with some silvers and some core rookies. I like to collect core rookies, and the gold there takes away any hope that I have for this being a good pack. Unless it goes gold, 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 and then elite to defend. Oh, it's a power up. That's not bad either. And it's Landon Collins, who we've already got. I mean, we like Landon Collins, but his power up's not worth much and it's useless to us. But still, it's not the worst pack. It's just not a good one. So another gold player pack as a reward for this absolute grind. And I've got to tell you, the rewards for this journey are so completely underwhelming and make it essentially not worth doing, because I mean, by the time I got around to completing this, all my cornerbacks are better than Stephon Gilmore, and these packs are just awful. But we'll get a Legends Fantasy Pack by completing this, because we've done everything else in Series 3 as well, and that makes it worth it. Okay, the final reward pack, which means that was the final one before we do 12 in a row to get a player that we can't really use. Now, of course, I'm not complaining about Stephon Gilmore. To be fair, technically he's a high enough overall to be our nickelback, but of course he's not going to play over Deion Sanders, and it's a useful enough card, and I'm not complaining about the system, just complaining about the fact that it's pretty boring in terms of what you get, especially compared to the other journey where you got some elite packs or something like that. But 12 challenges away from that Legends Fantasy Pack. Let's see what we get in this one. Not expecting a lot, but you never know. A gold premium pack, you could get something. We've gotten now on a few occasions. Oh, there you go, stats elite, and it's Brennan Scherf, and that's really good actually, because, well, I say really good, potentially really good, because our right guard right now isn't that good. Okay, so he's worth 25,000 coins. We can take him up to an 89 overall, and then we can add his hero card to make him a 92 overall. So that's actually really good, and we may well hang on to it, because in terms of right guard, I've just been sticking with the principle of I'm keeping the guy until we get another guy, not going out to buy one. That's pretty much how I do the whole offensive line. Brandon Scherf may be our new starting guard, but obviously we have to power him up first. Then we get gold with Lindsey Pipkins, then we get a power up. If this is Brandon Scherf, it's just fate. No, it's Adam Thielen, but, you know, would have taken that one. It's another one. It's another shot at Scherf. It's Xavier Rhodes. It's just a bunch of Vikings players. And the final one is a gold player. It's Christian Kirk. It's a core rookie. So, not a bad pack. I'll take that one. Thank you, Madden. That's probably... Brandon Scherf is probably better than what you get out of some of those guaranteed elite packs, so thank you. Get ready for the adrenaline pumping action of a 79 to 80 rated Team of the Week player pack. Now, I'm not sure if you can actually ever get better than 79 or 80 now, or if you're limited to just one of the two, but we'll get to Nico Autry. To be honest, 80 rating is very low for him. Finally, it is done. I've completed the second of the 2 journeys. I feel like this one took longer. I'm definitely sure it didn't, but it felt longer for a lot less challenges. But we get this card, which is pretty good. We're not going to get rid of Stephon Gilmore, that's for sure. We could also sell him for 1,600 training, but he will always be worth 1,600 training. So we're not going to sell him if we don't have anything specific to use him for. Could, of course, upgrade him, but we're not going to do that now. It's a good card. I'm happy to have it, but that's not actually why we completed that at all. And this is why we completed it. Not this 150 training, which still, you know, we'll take. It's pretty good. It's what we get after this. The Series 3 progression list is done. We get a full legend pack, and you cannot turn your nose up at that. And let's see what we get in this. I'm very excited for this one because this is exactly what we waited for, what we did all of this for, and it's DeMarcus Ware. That's a nice card. So DeMarcus Ware is worth 130,000 coins. I actually kept referring to this as a Legends Fantasy Pack. Obviously, the huge thing is that it's a full Legend Pack, which means it was always going to be worth a lot, pretty much. Actually, I don't think there's any full Legends that aren't worth a lot. And even without upgrading him, he can sit here ahead of Miles Jack. Would actually be better than Lawrence Taylor. I mean, this is a serious card we've got. But of course, we can just power him up as well because we've got the final step. So something else I was hoping to be able to get done in this episode is finishing off Ryan Shazier. Unfortunately, we are 4,000 passing yards away from doing that, which won't take too long. But it just won't be in this episode, which is a shame because I'm waiting to do him and Ricky Williams at the same time, the final steps. Just, I don't know, symbolically, I guess. But we've still got one thing to do today, and that's to do daily challenges, which are boring, but I'm going to do something slightly more interesting today. So for the sets, I pretty much only ever do the core rookies if I can. If I don't, I do the silvers, and sometimes that gives me power-ups, sometimes it gives me more core rookies. So this essentially is just a way of... At some point, I figure I'll be able to finish that Saquon Barkley. Now, obviously, it's not going to be worth anything by the time I finish it. I think that's a new player as well. But it's just something fun to do, considering you have to complete a set every day anyway. So that's the way I do it. But for the buying a pack every day, we're going to do something different. Now, I did a little bit of quick maths, and what we're about to do doesn't really work out unless we get lucky. What is still here for 5 hours is a clutch pack for 40,000 coins. Now that guarantees at least one 81 plus elite player, and I figured why not, because we get essentially, I don't think it's guaranteed, but you tend to always get 7,500 coins for completing. Essentially we'd end up with around 14,000 coins if you include the fact that one 81 elite player will probably be worth around 6,000 coins. And at the end of the day, I don't really need to justify it. I just am doing it for the sake of it. I can pay for it. What I also thought potentially would get Snow Pet. Don't want that. I am tempted by the Legends Fantasy Pack because I had ridiculous luck with it. Now it's ridiculously expensive. And I think I would do it if I ever got a big win on the coin from doing the daily challenges. From the coin reward. But I'm going to buy, for the first time ever, a clutch pack. This is the first big pack that I'm paying anything for coin-wise that I've ever done. And we start with a silver. Of course, one elite is guaranteed. And here we get a gold. There you go. Already value. Obviously not. And we get a legend. That's not... It's Barry Sanders, 85 rated. That's not too bad. Not too crazy, but not too bad either. We'll go and take a look at what he's worth exactly. Maybe another one to finish it? No, it's just a silver. So Barry Sanders is the legend we get. And he's worth around 20,000 coins, meaning that we will be very close to only losing a few thousand coins on this, which is good. And for that, of course, we get this pack, which could give us up to 450,000 coins. If we get anything close to 120,000... Oh, wow, that is good. I was going to say, if we get anything close to 120,000, I'll buy a Legends Fantasy Pack. That's not bad at all, 25,000 coins. We actually made our money back. I wonder if that's because we bought a more expensive pack. I don't know. Maybe the next time I do a daily challenge, I will buy the Legends Fantasy Pack, because for some reason I feel like the money is slightly impacted by what pack you choose to buy, because I've never got 25,000 coins. Could just be one-time spot luck, but maybe you get more for the more you spend. Who knows? Anyway, I'm happy with what we've done, and that's pretty much it right now. And that was pretty much everything. So, again, I can't call it not too much. We got DeMarcus Ware, a full legend. We also got Brandon Scherf, and we got a bunch of other, you know, we upgraded a bunch of people, and we're playing with Andrew Luck now. So, a lot has happened. But I do prefer getting solo battle finishes, which we will be back to doing again this week. Sometimes you just gotta say, okay, this is more important. No time for that. Because of my terrible internet, I can't even play solo battles which are offline at certain times because it will disconnect me. But that's just my life that I have to deal with. Better internet coming soon. I'll keep saying that till it's here, and it won't be too long, hopefully. I have no idea, I'm not responsible for it.